All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? This hillbilly back at you. All right, I just wanted to talk about these ports. I'm going live because I like being put on the spot, man. I like to see what I come up with, but nonetheless, being serious on it, uh, the ports are planning to go on strike. Okay, now this is the East Coast. The East Coast saying they want to strike because they want a 77% increase in their pay. Um, Also, they want more job stability, and then I understand why they got 77% that they want in their pay, because the autonomous situation is also trying to touch the dock workers and everybody else. Like even with the trucking industry, the autonomous vehicles, everything. Um, so they supposed to go on strike tomorrow. Wait, the first, or they supposed to start on the first. Um, I gotta respect the fact that they willing to do that. I mean, because sometimes this stuff is necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to just be like, fuck it, man. I gotta fight for my job. I gotta fight for my way. Because the wave of the future, man, they basically just trying to put people in need of the government. That's why I don't really fuck with Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I struggle like anybody else, but I don't plan on struggling. So, I don't get the Democrat side, especially with the election coming up. Everybody's staying neutral, but they want it to be solved, this port thing, because what this is going to do, man, it's going to straight buckle everything. Like all kind of businesses, all kind of people, everybody's going to feel the effect of this right here. Now, what we could hope for as truckers, we could hope that rates go up, because then it'll be a demand to get stuff out, get stuff connected, get stuff going, because it's going to be boats out on the water like it was in California. Sitting out there for weeks trying to get in. Oakland truck drivers tried to do a strike too before. But it didn't work out all that successful, because you had other people willing to show up and say, hey, I'll take the job, and then it just fucked up. But if the dock workers is got enough sense to say, hey, okay, if they claiming that autonomous vehicles is coming in and changing things, and they possibly gonna take my job out, let me go ahead and get 77% increase in my wage, so that at least I have something that I can depend on, to where I can go and do something else if this thing fall through. All the trucking companies that do port work, they gonna be at a loss for a lot of bills that they gotta pay that they can't get, because you ain't gonna be able to get to the stuff. Gonna be out on the water again, and it's gonna be worse, because you got ports on the whole East Coast that's just saying they gonna shut down, like they just not doing nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be there to get the stuff out, because they talking about having autonomous workers to be able to get the shipping containers off of the ships and put them on trucks. And you know what kind of trucks they already talking about? Like they ain't saying it, but I'm saying it. They gonna put them on autonomous vehicle trucks. They not gonna be on tractor trailers. See, they trying to get rid of the American worker. They trying to take the American worker out of the equation, to be like, well, we're a government, we don't have to depend on the people. Because when you got all the people and everybody's working, everybody doing their thing, then the government really don't have power. The people have the power, but the people don't realize they have the power until they have to take a stand about something. But what do you do about that? What do you do about that? What do you do about that? There's just so much that we're dealing with out here in this field. Like just driving alone is enough. But then when they trying to take your way, it's hard to figure it out, because it's gonna be a tragedy, man. It's gonna be very, very difficult, because even if they take the ships with containers and they put them and they take them to the West Coast gonna be so full up. Like, even right now, you can go over there and wait in line to try to get one shipping container, and it take damn near all day. I mean, you got to get through California alone. You got to get through San Bernardino. You got to get through Ontario. You got to get through East LA. You got to get through all that shit, man. And you got, even if you go the other way, you got what's that place? Start with a M. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, on your way to San Diego, it's already a hassle because there's too many people there, man, and traffic is bad. So you got to deal with the traffic. You got to deal with the traffic going in and out of the ports, and then you got to deal with the fact that you can't even get shit. Like, the containers is literally not going to be there. So when they talking about autonomous workers working on the docks, they gonna hand the stuff off to people for a time span, maybe. They may already got this in plan with having autonomous vehicles ready to take on these jobs. So what do the trucker do with this right here? What do we do? It's a lot, man. Container work is a lot, man. You know, you got them chassis, them raggedy chassis, and man, I don't think people realize how big of a problem this is really gonna be, man. I really don't think people realize this. I don't think nobody really realized this. I think I hear people talking about it. It's a lot of people available about it, but I don't think they're going to know what it's going to do to the economy, man. The economy already bad, but this is going to make it even worse for everybody. And that's what I was saying, like in some of my other videos, is that, that reliance on the truck driver and stuff, and then you make the job uncomfortable. They got this e-log shit. Like, all this stuff is putting us at a place of even more stress. So you might see a wreck or something along your route. You gonna see at least one. And I know they saying some people be, doing this or doing this to themselves, but a lot of truckers just sometimes wreck that motherfucker because it's like, forget it, But I mean, life is more important than to just let go. You got to hold on to something. Hold on to yourself, even if you ain't got nobody. I hear all these videos too about these people, like I said, hurting themselves or whatever or whatnot, or they not doing it. I don't know. But me personally, I've been driving trucks for a long time, since, in my opinion, a long time, 2009. And if you drive tankers, if you drive flatbeds, if you drive doubles and stuff like that, sometimes you be in remote places, especially flatbeds and tankers. You're going to be in places that are remote. You're going to be in places where you're not going, if you're a person like my appearance on the outside, we all just, the person that's on the inside. The outside don't even matter, because at the end of the day, everything melts away and it's gone. But you won't see nobody like yourself if you drive tankers and if you drive flatbeds. Sometimes you be in places where it's just always gonna be remote. And I done it. I've done it a lot. And I haven't had any issues. And yeah, I get out my truck. Yeah, I do what I gotta do, man. I'm not gonna hide in my truck, man. I'm not about hiding in my truck. I'm about safety. I understand the ladies out here that's doing this, and personally, I don't even see how women could do this shit, but they doing it somehow, some way. I don't understand how, but they do it because they got a lot more issues than we do to try to maintain to be out here. I don't know anybody. I can't think of no woman who would want them mess up their back riding around on this bumpy road and these trucks bouncing up and down, and the shit is hard on your back. This hard labor. Like, you want to be delicate and shit, right? So, but anyways, man, it's just a hassle. It's a problem out here, man. And hell, we ain't even got into the winter time. We ain't even dealt with that yet. We just had a hurricane over there in Florida, so, or in the Gulf rather, and you know, it ain't even got into the winter time. We haven't even dealt with no type of winter activity right now, and even on dry land right now, it's just wrecks, man. I don't know where this industry going, man, but it seems like it goes from bad to worse. And a lot of people talking about they pay and stuff like that, and you know, everybody's pay is messed up because the rates suck. One thing about this buckle with the ports, though, it may bring rates back at a rapid rate. That's all we could hope for. Or unless we too say, fuck it, we gonna get on the side with all the port workers and say we all going on strike, but it ain't nobody gonna do it. Everybody, I gotta pay my bills. I'm making enough for this, so forget it. But they don't look at the bigger overall picture, because we all could be doing well. There shouldn't be no trucker out here on these American roads without no GI Bill, because I mean, we soldiers out here too. We're doing the same thing. We should have the same we should have the same privileges as anybody that's in the military. Every trucker should have the same privileges as anybody in the military. We should be able to carry our arms. We should be able to, you know, if it was a natural disaster somewhere in America, a trucker is always somewhere there. Always somewhere. We everywhere. You know, and it's a system that you could have in place to where truckers could be utilized in a better way. They could be soldiers in the trucks around the U.S., but, you know, I call it the SIAS system. You know, that's something that I came up with, and I got a plan for it, but, you know, hey, a lot of us have plans, but we don't have a platform to explain it, or investors to rearrange it. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, like I was saying, with the government situation, they should be doing more. And, you know, like I said, I don't mess with the Democrat at all. You know, I don't necessarily like Trump, but I do like the fact that he an asshole, because an asshole is going to be, you can always count on an asshole to be an asshole, and I'm an asshole. So I know that I'm still, like, you know, fuck stuff, but I'm still trying to make things bit good and right. So it is what it is, man. Other countries is just trying to take over. Like, you see Africa. Africa is being colonized once again, if you ask me. They should have been self-sustainable anyway. Shouldn't need nobody to come pay $60 billion to you on behalf of anything. You got all those minerals and all that shit. And look at the jewels and diamond industry, man. It's a booming industry, and a lot of the shit is under your feet. But it's capitalism, as well as colonizing. But hey, I'm just one man. I'm just one person. I'm just one being, expressing stuff, saying stuff. The mouth is the only real thing that we could use to try to communicate our thoughts on everything. And I don't know. I just don't know where it's going, man. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for understanding of what they doing. But I know they got plans, man. And other countries are still trying to take out that American dollar, man. So, in my opinion, man, I know it's a lot of bullshit out here on the road that we dealing with our complexion type people. And I can say that I've had certain issues happen with me, but none to the extent to where life is in the balance of losing. Um, what can I say, man? I feel sorry for all the people who have gone through that, because that is just a tragedy. It's ridiculous too. But I tell you one thing though, if officers or whoever the heck is at foul play with any of these deaths or whatever is happening to these people, so they gonna be wishing that it was a lot of truckers and a lot of people getting in these trucks to deliver this stuff, especially when these ports buckle. They gonna be at their house crying about what they can't get. They gonna be upset about what they can't do. And it's all a plan, man. They got a plan. We just don't know what it is. We just sitting ducks waiting to see what happened next. But anyways, I ain't gonna hold y'all long, man. I jumped on here live. I usually just, you know what I'm saying, record late or record it and then put it out there once I look it over or whatever. But, you know, I just want to talk, say something. Like I said, you know, sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we just got to say stuff. Sometimes we got to feel how we feel. And sometimes we got to do what we got to do. So like I said, this hillbilly. I'm as hilly as any Billy will ever be. So this hillbilly, I'll let you. Have a good day. Keep your eyes on the road and your wheels on the pavement. That's all you could do.